Lead the Way, a podcast for school leaders with author, speaker, and educator, Dr. Bill Ziegler.
In today's Lead the Way, we're going to dig up dirt about learning and learn how one principal is working to transform her school to get students to read on a daily basis. Today, I'm thrilled to have Stacy Monette, principal of Paul R. Baird Middle School in Ludlow, Massachusetts. Stacy, it's great to have you on the program today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
And Stacy, you're digging up some real dirt on learning. Tell us what you're doing to transform your school's learning culture through an acronym called DIRT.
So I meet every summer, actually not every summer, every June before we head off for the summer. I meet with my instructional leadership team where we do like a little annual retreat and start planning out some ideas for the following school year. And it's a group of teachers, and they came to me and started talking about how we need to bring back a culture of reading at Baird Middle School. We're one-to-one Chromebook. We have, our days of, cell phones where we're trying to tell kids they need to be off the cell phones. So I said, okay, what's this look like? How are we going to bring back this culture of reading? So our theme this year is growth and life is good. So we want to kind of tie into something with that. So they came up with the acronym DIRT, which means Daily Independent Reading Time. And what DIRT specifically means is it's a time every day at 12:38, right after lunch. It's 12 minutes where we ring the chimes. We have a group of students. We call them the Chime Time girls. It's a bunch of girls. I have yet to have a Chime Time boy, so maybe that will happen. And they come down, they ring the chimes, and the entire building basically stops what they're doing and reads. And part of this DIRT that we really wanted to focus on is we didn't want to force kids into reading specific books, into reading specific material. There's no rules other than they have to have something in front of them that they can read. Bring a magazine from home, pick up any type of book that they would like to read. It doesn't even have to be something that continuous, every day, because every day during this DIRT time, they're in a different classroom. One of the most important things about DIRT that's kind of come out of this is I tend to call it mindful minutes. And I really, really try myself to locate myself in the building in one of our collaborative spaces and make myself comfortable and read something that I wouldn't normally have time to read. And I'm very happy to say I'm on my fourth book already that I have finished during this DIRT time. But kids have said to me that this is a relaxing, it's mindful minutes that, I had one student come down the first month of school and state to me, DIRT is the only time that there's no drama. I get 12 minutes of just quiet. So I think it's important that kids know, and it's terrible to say it's 12 minutes out of every day, but I think it's important for kids to know that they need that time to just sit back, reflect, take a moment, take a deep breath, pick up a newspaper, pick up a magazine, pick up something and read. So far, so good. The reception is good. I have to do a survey here shortly to see what's going to happen. It's amazing how much the chimes have gone over, that the kids love the chimes, which that was a social experiment I didn't see coming. And we even went to the point that we ordered different chimes for them to try out, and kids were giving us feedback on what chime sound they liked. It's kind of taken off a life of its own. I like it. I hope it stays. We'll see. It's up to what the consensus says. So
I just love the mindful minutes and how students can sort of settle and center themselves during this time of reading. Stacy, as we close out this program of Lead the Way, what's one word you would use to summarize the impact of DIRT on your school?
Calm.
I
think if I had to pick any word, it's calm. It's not just for students. It's giving permission for staff to step back and say, I can take 12 minutes for me to read whatever I want.
That's so powerful. When students and staff are reading together like that, it just gives a time for each person to sort of center and calm themselves. Stacy, thanks so much for being on Lead the Way today. I can't thank you enough for this great message and the focus on learning to get students to dig into the dirt of reading and calming themselves every day. Thanks for being on Lead the Way today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And listeners, if you want to learn more about DIRT and Stacy Monette, visit the notes in the program description. Also, I encourage you to check out my website for my latest book, You Don't Need Superpowers to Be a Kid's Hero. Check it out online at chaselearning.org to learn more. And to the first person who does a review on this podcast in iTunes and sends me a message, I will send you a free copy of the book, You Don't Need Superpowers to Be a Kid's Hero. Thanks so much for being on Lead the Way.
You've been listening to Dr. Bill Ziegler with Lead the Way. Bill has great resources for school leaders at chaselearning.org. That's chaselearning.org. Thanks for listening to Lead the Way with Dr. Bill Ziegler.